Hello guys and welcome to the video. So today we're finally reviewing the Fire Bayeks. They are the final monster in this Assassin's Creed collaboration. And then we're going to do the video the exact same way we did with the Ivors, where we'll be rating them out of 10, and I'll be giving you my reasons as to why I rated them out of 10. Now the rating system is based off of three things: the job they're doing, their versatility, and their stats. Of course, a quick description for all of those is the job they're performing. You know, it's like, why is this unit on the team? Are they there for damage, for crowd control, for support? Versatility is like, while they can be used in guild content or PvP, can they be used in PvE or like stuff like TOA or Rift or any of those things? So that's what it's going to be based off of. Also, another thing is, like, I could give a unit like an 8 out of 10, and then they perform really good at their job, but they're just not versatile at all. So even if they're not versatile at all and they can only be used in the one area, they can still perform really good as long as they're performing their job really, really well. So with that being the case, let's actually get into it. So the Fire Bayek. I've looked through the Fire Bayek a couple times, and I will note one thing is that I love his third skill especially, and I like his HP stat and his leader skill. They all match up really well. I mean, you're talking about his leader skills increase the HP of all allied monsters and guild content by 38%. That's pretty much exactly where you're going to be using him. You're not going to be using him in PvE. I don't think his skill set is that versatile enough to be used in stuff like any of the Kairos dungeons. You're not going to really be using him in TOA. You're not going to be using him really in too many PvE areas at all. He's probably going to be strictly PvP for anyone who's been playing the game for any amount of time, right? But his stats are good. I like his HP. His defense is decent. His speed is whatever. Let's actually go through his skills though. So, attacks the enemy to disturb its HP recovery for 2 turns with a 100% chance. Of course, I'll be, by the way, referring to these skills as if they're fully skilled up. So, yeah. Attacks the enemy 2 times, remove 1 beneficial effect and silence for 2 turns with a 100% chance, respectively. The damage increases according to your max HP every 3 turns. On skill 3, removes all harmful effects granted on yourself and recovers your HP by 40%. Afterwards, attacks the enemy 5 times, dealing damage proportionate to your max HP every 3 turns. So, just to summarize his kit, his first skill has a Disturb HP recovery, which, while I don't necessarily care about that could be helpful in some situations where units are just, again, constantly healing, obviously. But the skill 2 is is one of the biggest parts I like about a lot of these Bayeks, is the strip and silence. This is really good for stuff like Siege or PvP. You're trying to prevent units from just popping off a lot of skills, and for 2 turns nonetheless, with a high accuracy chance. So it's like, for what he's doing, the job he's doing, which is you bring him to strip and to silence an enemy and deal a decent amount of damage, is he's self-sustainable. I think he's doing a good job. Now, of course, his skill 3 removes all harmful effects. We already went through that. I like the self-cleanse. I like the self-heal and big damage. Apparently, the multiplier on the skill 3 is 12% of his max HP, and he deals that 5 times. So you're getting 60% of his HP as damage, which, for me personally, if I were to build him, I'd go Violent Destroy. I'd go Violent Nemesis or Violent Will, obviously. If you're a beginner, I'm sure you can go Swift Destroy. Just replace the Violent with Swift, or you can go Double Energy, or whichever you feel like. But I think I would definitely have him on Destroy as one of the runes, just because I would have him as a defense, believe it or not. I would have him as like a siege defense. I'm seeing a lot of this out of a lot of these monsters, out of these Nat 4 collab monsters, but he's a good defensive monster. It's just to be able to strip and silence and to heal and just deal big damage. And Destroy would be great because he has 2 skills that do a ton of damage. But again, he's not too versatile. His stats are good. He's good at his job. I think 8 out of 10. is a fair rating. Yeah, let's say 8 out of 10. Ultimately, whatever, out of everything we talked about, 8 out of 10 is, I think, a fair rating for this guy. So moving on to the Water Bayek. Ooh, this Water Bayek. So we're going to go actually and look through here for the max skill. So he has pretty much the same stats as like the Water Ivor. I'm seeing that. I'm seeing those same HP stats. It's 10,050 out of a lot of them. Leader skill is defense and guild content compared to the other one. Same first skill as the Fire Bayek, but the second skill is different. Shoots 4 arrows to attack the enemy. Each arrow decreasing the enemy's attack bar by 20% with an 80% chance or 100% chance. The damage increases according to your max HP every 3 turns. On the third skill, attacks the enemy to reset the attack bar. Attacks 2 more times to inflict damage proportionate to the enemy's max HP every 3 turns. So, I absolutely love this dude. I have him on one of my other accounts, and I definitely plan to use him for the future. He definitely has a spot on my roster. This guy is amazing at CC. I mean, 4 hits, or 4 shots, to reduce the attack bar by 20%. So he has attack bar manipulation at a high accuracy rate at that. Skill 3 is he resets an attack bar and then attacks 2 more times to do damage to the enemy's max HP. I think he has great versatility. You could definitely use this in places like dragons, or you can use this in Kairos. You can use this in giants. That's what I was trying to say. You can use this in TOA. So it's like you can use this PvP and TOA. He has great versatility. For the job he's doing, you're trying to crowd control the enemy. He has good crowd control. And his stats are pretty decent. So I think the rating for the Water Bayek is definitely an 8.5 out of 10. If not higher. If you want to go higher, then by all means. The only thing that I would have liked more is either this skill 3 becomes an AoE, or how do I say it? Or this becomes like, maybe they go from 4 hits to like 3 hits and attack all enemies or something like that. But I'm not going to complain. You know what, to be honest, I'm not going to complain. I mean, he's good as is. They could make him better. How? I'm going to be honest. I can't tell you. I don't know. But he's good. So, 8.5 out of 10. Moving on. The Wind Bayek. So, again, good HP. I like how the Bayeks actually have decent HP. Attack power, leader skill for guild content. Same first 2 skills as the Fire Bayek, but his third skill changes, and it's a passive. Inflicts continuous damage on the enemy for 2 turns when attacking. Increase the damage dealt by 20% and recovers your HP by 3% per harmful effect granted on the enemy. Now, at first, when I first read this, I was like, okay, he goes good with the Wind Ivor, because the Wind Ivor is placing tons of dots, so it's like he's going to be able to do tons of damage. I've seen a lot of people talk about using him in Giants B12. Seeing if he could even solo that, which would be crazy, because it's like, technically, he has harmful effects. He heals off of harmful effects, even if it's a measly 3%, and does increase damage based off of those harmful effects. I can definitely see this being used in guild content, but believe it or not, I don't think, I mean, you could, he does have to strip in the silence. I think he is versatile, but he's not super good. I mean, he is. God, yes. I was so confused when reading this guy. You know what? Now that I think of it, I think he is actually pretty freaking good. I mean, you're going to be building him on, like, HP. You're going to be building him very tanky. For him to be tanky, do ton of damage, and heal himself on every hit, by the way. He's healing on every hit. I would definitely probably go Violent Revenge, maybe Double Revenge Destroy, something like that. I don't know why I can picture that, but it's like in Siege defense, I would totally have him doing that. Double Revenge Destroy, and he's just slowly destroying the enemy's HP, and he's healing himself, disturbing HP recovery, doing increased damage depending on the debuffs, and he has a strip into a silence. It's just like, I think he could be a very annoying defense. I'm curious to see what other people would say. Gonna be honest, he's really bad. I think Comtuous wanted him to apply multiple dots and stack his damage up over time, but he has no turn cycling in his kit, and with only a single buff strip on his skill 2, he needs so much support to even work, and then he's fairly lackluster. Eh. Useless. See, Violent Revenge, that's what I'm saying, okay? I don't know why others don't. How did they build him? Violent Blade. So, accuracy, huh? Useless monster, thanks Comtos. He's not bad. He solos GB12, really? Again, we talked about that, but triple. Okay, I could see how triple revenge. Yeah, passive is not useful at all. 3% of healing is not significant. It could. One continuous damage is not significant either. There are 4 stars with better. That's what I was confused about when I was looking at him. I'm like, the dots is like it throws me off, but I do like the increased damage and the healing. I feel like he's sustainable, but like using him in PvP content, it's just like he's not the best unit to use in PvP content. But he's not awful. I don't think he's as awful as people say. I think there are ways to make him work, but that's the thing. You have to find a way to make him work. Otherwise, he just doesn't. So, we're going to end this one on a 7 out of 10. I think he has the possibility, has the potential to do good crap, but it's just like he needs a lot of work to actually do it. Well, let's move on. I would like to actually hear you guys' opinion on the Wind Bayek. The Light Bayek. Ooh. He actually has over 11k, right? HP? Yeah, 11k. Or, I guess it's going to be 12,000-ish. So, same first 2 skills as the Water Bayek. But the third skill attacks enemies to deal damage that increases according to your max HP and destroys the enemy's HP by the inflicted damage. Additionally, the damage increases by up to 100% in proportion to the enemy's destroyed HP every 3 turns. Now, at first, I was just like, meh, right? It's like he's whatever, right? Skill 3, destroy, whatever. And then I thought about it more and more and more, and I just thought, you know what? This guy is crazy. I gave him a 9 out of 10. You guys want to know why? I said, this is the set I would run him. The set I would run him is a double Revenge Destroy set. And if you're like, that doesn't make sense, he already has Destroy on his skill 1 or on his skill 3. But it's just like, you have him on Siege Defense. I know, again with the defense. Siege Defense with a Revenge Destroy set. He's revenging almost every time he gets attacked. He has decent attack bar control. And he's destroying on these hits too. You just pair him up with a good defensive units like O'Reilly and another unit that just help heal a lot. Like, I don't know. Him, O'Reilly, and I guess the Druid or a Vanessa or whatever. A Reviver. And I just think he goes crazy. And by the time he pops this thing off, it's like the enemy's already lost or has so much destroyed HP. Is that this is gonna proc faster, right? Is that you can do more damage faster. So speed, I would go speed HP or speed crit damage HP or speed crit rate HP, whichever helps you do damage if you want to. And then again, double Revenge Destroy is definitely the way I would go. I think he's really, really good. But let's move on to the last one. I don't need to waste any more time on this guy. This guy's really, really good in my opinion. Actually, let's look at this. If one reads the skills and it says that his damage increases by max HP, one wants much HP. Okay. Skill based off HP or not, you guys should do all your own individual testing. I'm sharing this information I have found to be true. His damage output is much higher with attack build, period. But yours, Bruiser or Nuker, whichever way you feel. That's okay. Whatever. This Rage Blade. HP crit damage HP. Okay. I mean, this is like the fastest way to get the destroyed HP. Speed, crit damage, HP. Yeah, that would have been more what I would have done. But I don't see anyone doing double revenge. Destroy. I'm telling someone, if you get this unit, try double revenge, destroy, siege defense. I swear to God, he's going to go crazy. Let's move on. The Dark Bayek. Okay. Now, this unit, I'll be honest, I gave like a 6.5. I'll tell you straight off the bat, I gave him a 6.5. Though I know how he can be better. I'll be honest, I know how he can be better. Unless I'm reading the skills wrong. But let's just get into it. So, HP is meh, right? Everything is like meh on his stats, right? Accuracy lead. So, disturb HP recovery, strips. So, same as the Fire Bayek's. But skill, or his passive is an eagle attacks a random enemy to stun for... Oh my God, my English. An eagle attacks a random enemy to stun the target for 1 turn when you attack on your turn. Now, I gave him a 6.5 out of 10. You know what? I might even go down to 6 if I keep thinking about it. What do you have him here for? The stun? He's not a reliable stun. You have him here to strip. There are better strippers, even amongst 2 to 3 stars. Or not 2 stars. I mean, maybe 2 stars. Heck, we could probably find one. But amongst 3 stars even, there are better strippers. Why do you have him here for? So he strips into silence. Cool. That's the only thing he's doing then. Because you're not bringing him for the stun. There is no way. So, this is not a reliable stun. Other than talking about the fact that the enemy has immunity, and you're like, okay, you can strip off the immunity. How do you know this eagle's going to attack or stun the correct unit? What if I'm like, okay, I want to stun the enemy's Feng Yan, or the enemy's, I don't fucking know, the enemy's Wusa, right? I have a chance to stun the enemy's Wusa. I have to hope that that dice roll makes the eagle go towards the Wusa and stun the Wusa. Or something. I have to hope that eagle decides to choose him. Otherwise, it can attack randomly. Will the eagle attack... does the eagle take priority? Or is it literally just random? So it's like, okay, there's 2 units that have immunity and then 2 others who don't. Will it take priority and choose randomly amongst the units that don't have immunity? Or is it like all 4 of them fair game? I'm going to assume all 4 of them is fair game. So this eagle can go and attack a unit with immunity, and all it is a little bit of extra damage. So, rather than talk about how good this unit is, I'm going to talk about how they can improve it. 1, the first thing they can do, we're going to talk about ways that it can make it good, and ways that it can become crazy. First things first, to make it a good unit, make the eagle attack the unit that you attack. So if I want to stun, again, like I said, the Wusa, and I attack the Wusa on this Dark Bayek's turn, the eagle should also attack the Wusa. So it stuns the Wusa. And if you're like, oh, guaranteed stun for 1 turn is crazy. Oh my God, it isn't. It's at the very least, it makes him decent, makes him usable. So, yes. The way you can make him crazy is instead of having him attack, having it only proc when it's on your turn, have it proc just whenever you attack. That's how you make the skill crazy. So it's like if you revenge proc, like if you revenge, this could proc. That would make this crazy. So a way you make this a good unit is don't make it random. The random crap just makes it terrible. And then the way you make it even better is not only does it attack the person you attack, but then you can do it whenever you attack. So not just on your turn. But let's see what people thought. I would rather see what people think of it. Needs a buff. They better buff him. Awesome monster. Really? Wait. Amazing potential. Stunning potential with some good accuracy. My ass. I'm sorry. That is... He's not a good, reliable stunner. His skill 3 needs buffed or reworked. Upvote if real and true. We already talked. Stupid skill set. Worse than a normal Vessel. It needs buff for sure. I think it is the worst LD5 of the game right now. For sure. Usage. Let's see where people are using it. In Arena. They tried. Are these LD5 only accounts? No, that's a Chandra. Oh. I don't see how people are making this work. Are these like winning? Are these winning like attempts? Scenario, because they were leveling them up. Necro, really? Why Necro? I don't see why you would ever use it in Necro. TOA 80? Okay, anyways, again, 6, no, I'm sorry, he's not a 6 out of 10. That was an insult to the rating, to the scale. He's like a 4 out of 10, I'm sorry. He's only there for the strip. If you bring him for a strip, fine, whatever. But he's not the best strip out in the game. Your better 3-star monsters have a better strip. If you want to make him a good unit, if you want to have him at like a 6 or a 7 out of 10, make this not a random attack. Make it like this. The passive has to be exactly this. An eagle attacks the enemy to stun the target for 1 turn when you attack on your turn. Meaning that he's going to attack, the eagle is going to attack the very same unit you attack. So at the very least, you know who the eagle is going to stun. Because that random chance that it's going to attack any of the 4 or 5 enemies, or whichever, is ridiculous. It is insanely bad. It is unreliable. Because there are some units that you do not care to stun, and there are some units that you absolutely need to be stunned this turn. There are going to be very few times when this guy actually comes in clutch. And then to make it even crazier, make him as good, I guess, as the light Bayek, or as crazy, I guess, is to have it proc whenever. So it doesn't have to just be on your turn. It could be whenever you attack. Do that, and this guy is better. But I think this guy is awful. He's the worst Bayek out of all of them. But, yeah. So, we've just been through all the Bayeks. I think pretty much almost all of them are decent or better, except for the Dark Bayek. Dark Bayek's garbage, trash. If you get him, hold on to him, because he's an LD5, obviously, and he will get reworked, because there's no way they're leaving him like this. There's no way. He's about to go crazy soon. Right? But until then, I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.